on Dirk Cutter. He called the wrong play. He can call the wrong play, but what if Julio gets open on that wrong play? What if Calvin really gets open on that wrong play? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's been times where Calvin Ridley ran the wrong route and
ran the wrong route. And this
so.
is what I'm talking about. Like, this is the type of stuff you still have to execute. All right, even on the play when Julio Jones was playing against the Philadelphia. Do you remember that play? Even on that,
how could I forget?
Oh my God!
How could I forget?
This dude ran a fullback, and the fullback was in Steve Sarkisian had a fullback.
Sark was drinking that. Sark was drinking something that night. He had some kind of a Hennessy shot or something. I don't know what it was.
And still, Julio almost caught the ball, but he dropped it. Julio dropped the ball. That could have been a touchdown, but Julio dropped it.
Yeah,
is that Dirk Cutter fault that he did it? No. And I love Julio. I love Julio.
Yeah. Like I said, everybody deserves his donkey. But we're not gonna move on just yet. But I do want to ask you this, Mike. With the addition of Fowler and our defense is coming back. Do you think the Falcons defense will improve? I know, and y'all know Kunal Neal's the big question mark. He's the big question mark. Campbell is gone. Do you see the Falcons defense improving, or do we have to get anybody in the draft or free agency? I mean, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't like resting on last year. I know this might sound crazy, but I don't like. I'm always a person like, and my boy Lieutenant Dan, he hates when I say this, but we have to be patient. Like, we don't know.
I mean, come on, man. We've been Falcons fans, man. We ain't got nothing but patience on that.
And that's the thing. Like, every year, there's a defense that comes out of nowhere that you don't expect to be so freaking good. Nobody would have saw that the Patriots defense would have been, even under Bill Belichick, we would have never thought those guys would have been as good as they were. They would have never thought that Baltimore defense was as good as they were. Yeah, they've had the history. Yeah. But you would have never thought that these guys would. So we got to be. I don't like when you look at it on paper, man. I like what the Falcons have. You have two guys in Deion Jones and KZ. Those guys are playmakers. So you put those guys in position where they can make plays.
And I think And I think Oliver will have a good year this season. He'll have a good year. I think he's got his chops busted last season, but I think he'll have a good year this year.
That's what it's all about, man. It's all about putting your playmakers, and that's why I always give Bill Belichick his due. As far as defense is concerned, he always put his best players in positions to make plays. That's where it's all about. Put your best players in position to make plays, and the best players have to execute, man.
Yeah, and then on top of that,
can't keep blaming.
Like I said, everybody has. Like, everybody was blaming Quinn. Everybody was blaming. Like I said, even I was guilty of it too. But everybody deserved a bit of that donkey. So, but like I said, the big question mark this year is going to be Kunal Neal. I mean, 2 major season-ending injuries. I want to see what he does. I know the Falcons picked up his 5th-year option. I want to see what he does. I really do. Do I think the Falcons defense has the capability to be better? Yeah, especially if Fowler plays like he did with the Rams when he had 12 sacks. So I mean, if he can produce that in Atlanta, and playing with Grady Jarrett, who I think is probably the 3rd best defensive tackle in football behind, of course, Aaron Donald and Geno Atkins. He's number 3 in my book. But Jarrett finally got some help now. Now he has a legitimate pass rusher. Because like I said before, if we wouldn't have got Vic Beasley, Dante Fowler was on my list. It was one of them two. Beasley's gone. We got Fowler now. So I mean, even though he did go to that college down in Gainesville, I mean, he's still a young player. He's only 25. We signed him to a cap friendly deal. I think it was for 3 years for $48 million. He still got juice left in the tank, so I think it'll work for us. Before we move on, Phil, you got anything to say about the Falcons getting Gurley?
I mean, it can't hurt. I kind of raised the eyebrow that you got rid of Freeman and then you bring Gurley in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it can't hurt. It's a 1-year contract.
It's only 1 year deal, right? So, I think it'll work out, and if it doesn't, he leaves after a year. So I mean, that's it. So I mean, but and also before we move on, there are a lot of guys in the draft that I'm very impressed by so far. I didn't really watch the combine, but I kind of read up on it. There are a lot of guys in the draft that I think will look good in red and black. So I'm anxious.
Keyshawn Vaughn.
I know,
That's my guy.
That guy, Ken Law, even though he played for South Carolina, he's a pretty good defensive tackle. You know my boy. I know Dante's probably watching. I would love to get Derrick Brown from Auburn. I think he'll be him. I think him